Hello, welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Prop Up & Co. And on to race 2 from round 8 of our Manufacturers Cup here at the Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Another 25-minute race, another stop involved. And, well, as you can see, coming to the end of the day again, another kind of night race, and it will probably be dark by the time we finish this one. So headlights are ablaze and the guys are ready to go for this one. So let's go through this reverse grid then. We've got Vane, who will be hoping for a better race. He's had so much bad luck, changed manufacturers, and still hasn't really helped him. Just unlucky, can't really get anything really going at all, Vane, but he's got himself there on pole position. So let's see what happens now. So he's in first. We've got Osnad in second place. We've got Colesberg in third, P. White in fourth, Willard in fifth, Rossi sixth, Unforgiven in seventh, Keyboard in eighth, Slowpoke in ninth, had a good race there, finished second in race one. Nath in 10th place was our winner of race one. And we've got a reserve driver that's joined us in Brian Moncarney in the Merc. So he's come in. Brian's one of our regulars as well, but not so much in this series, so not too sure what's happened, but we've got 11 cars anyway, and he's decided he wants to have a little bit of fun and games. So here we go then, let's watch and see what happens. So lights will be going out, and away we go for this race 2. Willard with a great move, a great start there, trying to go up the inside of both Colesberg and P. White, but not through turn one. There's a little bit of contact through a few of the cars. Got to be really careful not to run it out wide. We know what happened. P. White did go out wide there, but it was okay there in the end. So they come through to the start of the S's. There's Brian Moncarney in that multicoloured Mercedes. Not sure he's going to get involved with too much argy-bargy because, as I say, he's not a regular here in this series. So maybe just wanting to have a little bit of a practice, a little bit of a test run. But I'm sure he's not going to get involved in anything too airy scary. So anyway, Vane, Osnad, Colesberg's your top three as they come through turn 7. Ooh, Colesberg had a bit of a twitch there. And then all this lot then along this straight, of course, all still lap 1 so early in the race, so it's all going to be close, isn't it? There's Nath in 10th, Brian in 11th. But all coming down that straight now as we hit the chicane, and Osnad's going to have a move to take the lead. He does in the Porsche, gets it done. Vane going to lose second as well, I think, to Colesberg. Oh, up over the top. Yeah, he tried just that little moment there, I think, Vane, through the chicane. Just threw him off. Let's have a quick look. Let's go back. So he got done there, or passed there by Osnad. I think he just ran it a little bit wide. No, he just couldn't get the power down, could he, at all? And then up the inside goes Colesberg to take that second place off him. So Vane down to third after just one lap, but he's fighting back. Up to second he goes into turn 1 now. Be careful. Yeah, he does go around the outside. He really does not want to be going backwards here, Vane. Looks like he's determined to stick this one out, quite literally. Maybe feels he needs to be maybe a little bit more aggressive in a good way. But Colesberg looking quick in that Genesis as well behind him. Kind of Genesis, not the Genesis that Slowpoke is. Genesis is the manufacturer. This is Hyundai. Genesis is the model. So we've got a couple of Genesis out there, but one's a brand and one's a model. So this is the model Genesis of Colesberg fighting Vane now, and it's been like this for a lap now, hasn't it? These two fighting it again. Vane goes, oh, and Vane, where was he going now? What happened? Another moment from Vane. Let's have another look, because he was side by side with Colesberg coming up the straight. Colesberg seemed to go ahead of him there, and then he just almost went straight on Vane. I feel like he completely lost where we were going and lost the corner completely there. But again, a big moment. So struggling already, Vane in that car, but he's in third place as Willard fighting it out with Unforgiven and P. White. He's in fourth now. Unforgiven there in fifth. P. White 6th, then Slowpoke 7th, Nathan 8th already. Then Keyboard Captain in 9th, Brian Moncani in 10th. So he's got made a move on Rossi. Now what's happened to Rossi then? He's back there in 11th. And what happened to him? Oh, and that would be it. What's that turn? No, that's turn 7. So that would be it. Well, actually, he's already been done, hasn't he? He's already been passed as Rossi. So he's in 11th, but then runs it wide on exit here. Has to shut the throttle. And then has to go again, but lost a lot of time there. So I'm not sure what happened to Rossi. Why he's down there in 11th, unless, of course, he's been in, but only had a couple of laps. So it would have been really, really early if he's already come in to change it on the medium tyres. It's a shame I didn't actually see what he was on in the grid, but I think he's had a penalty or something. I can't believe that he's actually come in and changed already. That would be very, very early in this race. But he's there in 11th anyway, whatever way you look at it. And we've got this leader, Osnad, now with the fastest lap as well, 120.6. The Porsche. Good now to see Osnad having a good little race here, because he's always kind of in the midfield, Osnad. So can he see it out with Colesberg up to 2nd as well? He's having a good race, Colesberg. Colesberg looks like he's got a little bit more pace than Osnad as well, because he's almost up to the back of him. So let's see. Soft tyres, Colesberg. I was going to say he was slightly cooler conditions. I mean, it is night time, but still very warm here in Georgia. Even when the sun goes down, it's still very, very humid and warm. So track temperature will obviously be lower, but will still be decent temperature. Certainly won't be cold. So Colesberg then, now he's getting to his fastest lap, and that's what I thought he might. He looked like he was a bit quicker than Osnad. He's now 1:19.9, so he's into the 19s, is Colesberg on lap 4. Vane still there in 3rd. That's what we like to see now. Vane. See if he's learned from his mistakes from race 1, from picking up penalties. So far so good. I haven't seen him with any. No, he's going to run wide and he's going to pick one up there, I think. And just as I say, he hasn't had any. He might get one there, although no, he hasn't. So he would have come up by now if he had. And battle here from Unforgiven and Willard. Unforgiven up the inside through turn 7. Good move. Willard will just slot in behind him now. Try and get that back to him down at the chicane. Unforgiven's going to stay all the way to the left, all the way down this back straight here. Now Willard will go up the inside, but Unforgiven, we know, he's very late on the brakes. He's Unforgiven, he's good on the brakes. You've got to be right up past his front quarter if you're going to get that move done. Willard wasn't, because as I say, he's a demon on the brakes. He's Unforgiven. So Willard in 5th place. Then we've got Naif, who's up to 6th already from 10th on the grid. Keyboard Captain in 7th. Then we've got Brian Moncani in 8th, ahead of Slowpoke in 9th. Both on the medium tyres. I don't think Brian Moncani will get involved in anything involving the championship. Slowpoke is in the middle, so not really going to matter too much, although I'm sure he's not going to interfere with anybody's race. But what I'm trying to say is I don't think he's going to be battling it out with the likes of Unforgiven and Naif, etc. So the top guys, I'm sure he'll clear off, although he's got to get Newton first, I guess. There's some way up the order ahead of him at the moment, but Brian's in 8th. Then we've got Slowpoke in 9th, as you can see. There's P. White in 10th. Rossi still languishing down there in 11th. He is catching up, but whatever that issue was, assuming it was an issue, or penalty, or whatever it was, he's still in 11th place, but as I say, he is catching these guys. Didn't see him in pit lane, I'll be honest. I'm still wondering whether he did come in very early, but and there's the yellow flag. Now, while we got a yellow flag, who's off? Oh, and it's Vane. Oh my goodness me. Just stays out of the way of Rossi. In fact, Rossi just had to take a bit of grass to get past him, but what happened there? It was turn 1. Oh yeah, he's going to do the normal running wide here at turn 1. Actually, he's Unforgiven going out the inside. There was a bit of contact, and Vane, it knocks him out. Right over's going to hit the barrier, bang, and that's the end of that. And then he gets reset. So they all go past, and you're going to see Rossi come up behind him now. A lot of damage. Engine damage as well for Vane, and he drops all the way down to the back of the field, and well, just about sums his season up, doesn't it? I think. Let's go back a minute, because there was a bit of a moment between Unforgiven and himself at turn 1. There was a bit of a touch. However, let's see if we can tell, was Unforgiven far enough up? It does look like he was, and then he kind of thought about it, and there was a touch there. It did knock Unforgiven off a little bit. He did lose a spot to Willard and possibly to Nath as well, as Nath goes around the outside of Unforgiven. So Unforgiven didn't get any damage, but he did slow down, have to slow down there in the end, and he's lost a couple of spots there from Unforgiven. So, oh, now a yellow flag. Now, why is there a yellow flag? Oh, that was that? No, who was that? Oh, it was Osnad. So we had Vane going off and Osnad, so he's been on the curb, I think. It's been on the outside, I reckon. Going to hit the outside of this curb where the track limits are. And, oh no, he's on the inside. He's grabbed too much inside curb. And there he is as he backs back out into traffic. Fortunately, no one hit him. But they all go past. He's going to lose 9th place to P. White as well. So Osnad bound to 9th, and he was up there, wasn't he, Osnad? He was up there in the top 3 at that point. But now down to 9th, front damage as well. His soft tyres are not performing very well out here at all. Another moment from Osnad. Rossi with a second penalty. Blimey, everything's going on here, isn't it, here in race 2? So 10th for Rossi. Vane still recovering from his. Fortunately, his engine's okay now, but Rossi taking that second off. So it's all happening. Whilst all that's happening, we've got Colesberg who's leading the race, and still with that fastest lap 1:19.9. As he comes up through the S's now, Colesberg. Got a nice gap back to Willard, and then Nath in 3rd. So Nath is on the charge again through this field. Those medium tyres, Willard just ahead of him on the softs. So he knows, if he knows Willard's on the soft, he's going to know they're not going to last too long. And Keeble's right behind him as well on the soft tyres. With Unforgiven, who's joined this pack on the medium. So got Keeble and Willard on the soft tyres, Nathan and Unforgiven on the mediums. So Nath, going back to him, will know that, I assume, that both Willard and Keeble Captain have the softer tyres on, and they're not going to be lasting quite as long as his mediums that he's got on. So he won't mind if Keeble takes 3rd place off him at this point, because that's what's going to happen by the looks of it, if he can get it stopped. Keeble, no, Nathan, he still keeps that 3rd place. Keeble with a bit of a scribble moment through the middle of the corners there, chicane. Unforgiven. Got our leaders in, Colesberg's in. So I think he's probably the first one to blink, as Unforgiven had a look at Keeble Captain, but after what happened with himself and Vane there a couple of laps ago, I don't think he wanted to chance that again. So we'll just sit behind this group in 4th. And see what it brings, really. He will also probably know that Keeble and Willard are on soft tyres. It's like Willard just holding them up a little bit now on those tyres. Knife trying to get past him. Does look like they're being held up a little bit from Willard, but that's just the tyres. It's doing that. He's going to get a better run out of the Knife now, and he's going to take the lead of this race. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Keeble might actually get a double slipstream as well, so he could be in the mix here, but we know that he's on very worn softs as well. Here comes Knife pulling out now. Gonna have a go. Essex is quick, we know it's a quick car, but Knife will grab him on the brakes to take the lead of the race. Keeble still in third, Unforgiven right up behind them. He's pulling out to the right hand side, Keeble, and he's going to go in, so he's had enough on those tyres. Willard's sticking it out for another one though. So Knife now our leader, Willard in second, Unforgiven in third. Then we got Brian Moncani, who's actually up to fourth from the back of the field, remember. Slowpoke in fifth place, another good show from Slowpoke. Himself in that top three, remember, in race one. So we'll be having another look at something like that here in race two, won't he? 11.5 minutes in. So Slowpoke in fifth, then P. White in sixth. Another good race from P. White. He had a good race one, didn't he? And P. White here in the McLaren, looking pretty good round Road Atlanta as Slowpoke. He has a go at Brian, and actually I think Brian did what I was alluding to earlier, just kept out of the way, pretty short. He just kept out of the way of Slowpoke, knowing that he had a little bit more pace and that he wasn't in this championship. He's going to stay out to the left. Yeah, it gives him loads of space, almost rolls it round the outside of that corner. Turn 6, Brian lets Slowpoke through. Slowpoke will acknowledge that. He will thank him. And, he's up to fourth place, Slowpoke. Here's our top three going through shot. Brian Moncani, I doubt will fight back, even though he's probably got the pace of that car. I doubt he's going to go for another move on Slowpoke. No, he's just going to stay out there, let Slowpoke have it. Clearly that Merc's quicker than the Genesis, but maybe worth Brian Moncani possibly trying to go into pit lane, otherwise he might be getting into the it just needs a bit of clear air, really, is what I'm trying to say. I think his radiator's going to overheat, being stuck behind Slowpoke here. So he probably would have done with better coming out of the fire, really, getting himself into pit lane and trying to get out in some fresh air. Looks like he's backed off a bit just to give him that little bit of fresh air now. Brian Willard's in then. That will put Nath back to the lead of this race with Unforgiven in second, then Slowpoke in third, Brian here in fourth, P. White up to fifth now, with Rossi in sixth. So after what was a terrible start to Rossi, whatever happened, still not convinced it was a stop that he done there, but whatever it was, he's up to sixth place now. Not actually that far away from the guys ahead of him. Colesberg in seventh after he came in and out on the mediums. He's still in a good position, Colesberg, because all those guys ahead of him have all still got to come in, so in a good place there at the moment, Colesberg. Then Willard in eighth after he came in. Oxnard in ninth. People captain in 10th, with half a second for him. Vane in 11th, and actually Vane will be potentially lapped by our leaders, because they're not that far behind at all. So Vane in 11th, then here's our leader Nath, who's just a couple of corners behind Vane at this point. Has also taken the fastest lap off of Colesberg. He's in the 19s as well, but he's actually by about 0.3. He's got 1:19.6 now, but he will be in this time around, and that will be mainly for fuel this time. So the fuel is the killer here in race 2. Forgiven, he looks okay. Whether he will follow Nath the same strategy, or whether he will have another go out in front, Nath will stick over to that right hand side. Unforgiven, he is going to stay out for another one. He'll also become the leader, so he's going to go for another lap here. Nath is in on those medium tyres. It means he will be out for the final 10 minutes on those softs. Slowpoke up to second now, Brian to third. P. White also in pit lane, and so too is Rossi. So 3 drivers have come in after lap 11 for their stop. Slowpoke still to come in. I think he's got this one and he'll be in next because his fuel is now just started to flash at this point, so he'll be in. Unforgiven also. Well, actually, he's doing okay. He seems to be fuel saving quite nicely, so he might actually have another lap in that fuel. It's close, but he might get another one out there, you know. So we'll see. Coming along to that area soon. And we've got Brian Moncani. He'll be in on those at this time around as well. He's just been sort of shadowing Slowpoke for the last lap or so, hasn't he, Brian? He'll be following him into pit lane as well. Colesberg, though, is in 4th place now, just coming through. Where is he? Turn 7 now. So he might get himself back into the top 3, as we know in all the top 3, as Unforgiven is in. Slowpoke will also be in, and so too will Brian. So you'll see all the top 3 in pit lane. There they are. So Colesberg, what can he do? He's coming down to... Remember, he was leading this race, wasn't he, at one point? Just coming through to the chicane now, through turn 11, up over the top. How the guys, are they coming out of pit lane yet? Let's have a look. Forgiven's leaving it now, Slowpoke also, and Brian, so all 3 of them are. So where's Colesberg? He's going to take the lead, possibly. He's going to be grabbing him right as he comes through turn 1. No, Unforgiven is out, but where's Colesberg? He's going to be close. There it is. There's the lead there. Unforgiven has come back out in the lead, but Colesberg is really close behind him now. And he will be fighting for that lead again, but of course Unforgiven on those soft tyres, brand new soft tyres. Colesberg on those slightly worn mediums. Nath in 3rd on those soft tyres as well. So Nath, unusual position here. So late in on the race, being in 3rd. He would have got himself up into the lead by now, but it's just the race where we see him not finishing in 1st place. We're 18, just about to become 18 minutes in, so still 7-8 minutes left of this race, which is quite a lot in terms of laps. So yeah, anything can happen at the moment, but we are looking at Unforgiven, our leader, and Colesberg behind him in 2nd. Colesberg on the mediums, both Unforgiven and Nath on the softs. Don't know whether Colesberg has got enough to challenge Unforgiven for the lead. Nath will be targeting Unforgiven now. He'll got to get past Colesberg first though, but that will be his mission here at the end of this race. What can he do from 3rd place here? Can he get himself to the top spots by the time the checker flag comes out? Keep watching, we're going to find out. He's going to be pushing extremely hard on those soft tyres. They're going to be wearing thin very quickly, but so he knows he needs to get something done sooner rather than later. He can't leave it too late because those tyres will drop off a cliff. He'll have nothing to give at that point. So there are your top 3 coming through. Unforgiven, Colesberg, Nath coming down towards the chicane here on lap 14. Still knocking out fastest sectors as well. Still holding yet another fastest lap, Nathan, 1:19.3, but I think he might blitz that one as well here. Let's have a look. No, he doesn't. He lost just under a tenth there right at the end. He was up until the end through the chicane there, so lost a little bit of time, so still holds it at 1:19.3 anyway, but he's closed right in onto the back of Colesberg for a go at second place. Just leave that for a minute. We've got Brian in fourth. We've got Willard in fifth, ahead of Slowpoke. Now Slowpoke is going to have a go at Willard here, surely. What's Willard on? He's on medium. Slowpoke on those softs. One line through the S's here. Slowpoke with a much tighter line. Willard using a lot of that outside there, enough not to get himself track limits, but Slowpoke with a much tighter line through there, turning a bit better through there, the Genesis, which is unusual because NSX is normally very good through the corners. There's P. White in seventh, but we'll see now if Slowpoke's got anything here along the straight. I think Nath has just taken Colesberg as well, so Nath is up to second spot now, so he's got Unforgiven to chase down with 5 minutes to go. But we're still looking at this battle between Slowpoke and Willard, and Slowpoke, no he doesn't, still remains in sixth place. So again, like all of them on those soft tyres, they're trying to use them up as quick as possible, but not too quickly, trying to get the places done as early as possible before it's too late. So he's going to have another go. His Slowpoke will come back to that and have a look. Let's just have a look at the gap between the Unforgiven and Nath. There's Unforgiven, then there's Nath. So actually Unforgiven will still with quite a nice lead, and it does actually look like he's pulled out a bit of a lead, Unforgiven. So actually he could, 21.5 minutes in, he could win this one, Unforgiven, and he gets their fastest lap. I've just noticed is actually 1:19.0, so almost 1:19 dead there for Unforgiven. So clearly he has got the pace on those soft tyres, and I don't think Nath is going to be catching him, you know. I think he's used up a lot of his tyre trying to get past Colesberg in those early laps prior to where we are now, and I don't think he's got much more to give. However, we know easy to make a mistake around here, so we'll be hoping of course that Unforgiven does that, but I think Unforgiven will have this under control for the next 2.5 minutes. Probably got another couple of laps here as well with the time that's left. Unforgiven looking steady in first, and Nath in second. We've got Colesberg in third, and he looks okay for that. It looks like he will get that podium spot, Colesberg, which will be a good result for him. He's got no one behind him immediately anyway. Brian is in fourth, but not close enough to do anything about Colesberg at this point. There's Slowpoke in fifth, so he has actually got past Willard in the end, so he did make that move. Up to fifth he goes. So he might just be off that podium in the end, Slowpoke. I thought he was going to be back on it again after a good early showing here in race 2. Obviously got himself a podium in race 1, but I don't think he's got quite enough here to get another one. There's Willard, there's Rossi. We haven't seen too much of Rossi. He's got himself up to 7th place. And that wasn't a stop then, so he must have had a big issue because he's on the soft tyres now. He's on mediums when he was right at the back, and whatever it was, he lost an absolute bunch of time there. And I think I just see Willard, not Willard, I see Brian give Slowpoke some room. So Slowpoke up to 4th. So this is what I'm saying, Brian's is staying out of the way of the usual drivers here. So Slowpoke up to 4th place now, so he is just going to be off that podium, I think, Slowpoke. So, and again, yeah, there you go, there's Brian staying well out of the way. He's letting them all go past, including P. White, and he'll drop down to about 8th place, Brian. There you go. Oh, P. White with half a second as well coming through those S's, probably got that. There's our leader though, and he will get one more lap, I think. Both of our top 2 will get another lap in here as they're into the final few seconds, so they are going to have one more at it. But fuel is looking very low. Unforgiven. Will he get to the end with the fuel he's got? Naif is fine, absolutely fine. So will Unforgiven have to start to fuel save? Who knows? But Colesberg will get that third place. Good from him. Slowpoke just off the podium, but a good result in it nevertheless in fourth. Rossi will grab that fifth, ahead of Willard in sixth, P. White in seventh. Then close here between Osnad and Keyboard Captain, but Osnad will get eighth, ahead of Keyboard in ninth. Then we've got Brian, who's going to just wait and have a couple of donuts right at the final corner. And it will take 10th place. Vane is some way back, just coming through now, and enough said, I think, for Vane. Going to be right running on fumes as well as he comes out of turn 12, the final corner, but he's going to get that 11th place again for him. But here's our leader, and here's our winner of race 2, Unforgiven. Puts himself back out into the lead after coming out of his stop, and no one could catch him in the end. So congratulations to Unforgiven. He does win race 2 here at Road Atlanta. Naif with a good second, he'll take it, and the fastest lap of 1:19.0. So he did grab that fastest lap off of Unforgiven in the end as well. So good night's work for Naif again. Great racing from everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. That does conclude round 8 as we see the VIP boxes here on the start and finish line at the Road Atlanta. So on to round 9, the penultimate round next time out. I will see you there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.